Hi, good evening, and welcome to the Magic Show, where we learn simple things which make us smart and lazy. Our usual mantra, we'll cut it short. Don't work hard, work smart. Number one, and knowing is not doing, doing is doing. So practice, practice, and practice, because knowledge without action is zero. So today's session, we are going to talk about very few things, but very valuable things, which will make our life easy as we move. We are going to look at only 4 or 5 apps, which will help us make life easy on a regular day-to-day basis. So let's see a couple of things about travel. One small app on, maybe you can call it health, and then a couple of Chrome extensions. So we are in for a short session, and let us see how we move. So are you ready for the magic? Okay, so can you see my screen now, a blank screen, quickly in chat? Okay, great. So the first 2 apps we will see are for tracking flights. Normally, when we want to track a flight, we do it very, very simply. If you have attended one of my Google sessions, you must have remembered how we look for a flight. So suppose you are looking for a flight, say I'm taking a couple of flights which I have been tracking in the last 1 or 2 days. You want to track a flight number UA1849. Okay, you just need to know the flight number. So what does Google do? You just type UA1849, and what you get is you get quickly what is the current status of the flight. This is the fastest and the simplest way of doing it. Okay, so if you just type the number of the flight, don't say anything else, don't ask for any flight stats or flight schedule, etc., etc. Just type the flight number. Anybody else has any flight number, you can type in the chat box if you know any flight number. Okay, this flight is not operating. And the same thing you can do by speaking out. You know, if you have attended our Google sessions, you can just say UA1829.
1,829 United Arab Emirates dirhams equals 36,929 Indian rupees and 18 paise.
Sorry, we were looking for UA829. Sometimes this Google is a little misbehaving, but you can do it very simply like this. But then this gives you something basic. You get the flight, departure, arrival, where it is. We were talking of 1849, correct? So if you look at 1849, you also saw where the flight has reached, somewhere midway. It is saying that estimated arrival is at 2:53 p.m. It has departed at 6:23 a.m. from San Francisco. It is going to Newark. It will reach at 2:53 p.m. It will go to so-and-so terminal, so-and-so gate. So it's very simple as far as Google is concerned. But suppose you want a little more information. So then you have 2 apps which track flights. One is called Flightstats. It is called Flightstats.com. Okay. Are you getting it? Flightstats.com. Simple to remember. Just type flightstats.com and you'll come to a very, very elaborate sort of a tracking of the flight. So again, the same flight, you say UA 829, or let us say, sorry, we were at 1849, sorry, 1849. So I click on it. Now it gives me a lot more information about the flights. Scheduled at so-and-so time, actual was so-and-so time, from terminal so-and-so, gate so-and-so, it will arrive on terminal C, gate 75. Baggage claim also it is giving you where your baggage will be available. Okay, and if you go a little below, it will actually show you where the flight is from San Francisco to Newark. This is where currently the flight is. It gives you a lot of information about the flight, what is the current speed, what is the time, how much time has elapsed, how much time is remaining. It's almost midway. Can you see the amount of information that it is giving you in one shot? I just typed the flight number. Then you can also set up flight alerts, but that is a paid version. If you are really into an area where you need to track flights on an ongoing basis, you can set up flight alerts. You can identify what is the on-time performance of this particular flight. So it says last 7 days, 100%, the flight has been on time. So there have been no delays. So, and it gives you a varied graded score, whether it was late, it was very late, excessive late, cancelled or diverted. These are the worst possible categories. So let us see now again the same place. We'll see UA 829. What is the and if you see on-time performance of this flight, you will see that it was on time 42% of the time, it was late 17% of the time, very late 14% of the time, excessive late 22% of the time, cancelled once and diverted thrice. Wow. So you can quickly look up what is the, yes, this is in real time. This is in real time. Everything is in real time. So if you know any flight which is currently in the air, you can give me the flight number and we can look it up. So when you are looking for any flight which is in the air, anyone has any, let us see if CX is Cathay, Hong Kong to San Francisco. Okay, so this is what the picture is. From Hong Kong to San Francisco, it has not yet departed. It is scheduled at 1955 Hong Kong time. So that is for tomorrow. Any other flight which you know is in real time out there? I could think of these two flights because I knew these two flight numbers, but anyone else has any flight number? Okay, this is in flight. This is Cathay Pacific from London Heathrow to Hong Kong. It has departed on time and you can see where it is currently. So you can see that it is somewhere here. 4 hours 46 minutes have elapsed and 6 hours 18 minutes are pending till the time it reaches Hong Kong. You can see in real time where this flight is. Again, as with all maps, you can even close in, see where exactly it is, move this around, etc., etc. And if you hover here, you can see the actual plane will also move very, very minutely. If you notice, it will actually move in real time. Okay, so this is very, very useful if you are awaiting somebody or you are watching somebody's flight when it is in the air. Okay. And again, if you all these data on time performance for this particular flight, it has been on time 91% of the time. So you can even see the performance before you even book. So you know that this flight is always delayed or this flight is normally not delayed, whatever your. So this is a very, very simple way of tracking flights. It is called Flightstats. And of course, if you say set up flight alerts, obviously you have to pay for it. There is a subscription. But if you see, the basic things, 4 things are available in the free account, which we don't have to pay for, which we saw. It will also show you airport conditions. It will show you airport delay maps. The flight may be on time, but the airport has delays because of congestion. So airport delay maps, if you want to get rid of ads, if you want to know airport departures and arrivals, and if you want flight alerts, so you can even get on SMS the flight alerts that this is delayed by so many hours or this is cancelled today, etc., etc. So there is a cost to it, obviously, but this is a very, very basic way of looking at any flight which is in the air. Yeah. Any questions so far? Yes or no? No questions? Okay. So flight stats is one way of looking at it in a slightly detailed manner. Similarly, there is another app. Now this is also available on the phone. So if you download an app called Flightstats, let me see if I have it on my phone. 1 second. No, I don't have it on my phone currently, but we'll see the next app I have on my phone so we can see how it works. So this also has an app. You can download the app, and when you are waiting at the airport for somebody or even watching somebody fly away or fly into your home city, you can look it up. The second one is called Flightaware. Okay, it is called Flightaware.com. Again, similar thing, but it has a whole lot of stuff. You can see the flights all over the world. You can see in real time, so many things are. So if you just put your cursor on any one, you can see which flight it is. When is it going to arrive, etc., etc. Okay, this is a huge world map of flights. I'll just go behind, or rather I will make this a little smaller. You see the activity in US and you see the activity in Asia. Can you see how many flights are in the air right now? This is real cool. So again, the same flight, for example, you are saying United Airlines UA. Okay. United Airlines (1849). I just typed UA 1849 and I pressed enter. And now you see the amount of information you get on this flight. It is en route, on time, 2 hours 51 minutes elapsed, 5 hours 30 minutes total travel time, 2 hours 39 minutes remaining. And it has lots and lots more information. Obviously, the map is also there. A nice, neat map of when it is going, and then it actually gives you the arrival times, gate arrival. This is the time it will land. This is the time it will arrive at the gate. So it takes 6 minutes for it to, from landing to arriving at the gate. Okay, and a whole lot of information on the aircraft type. What is the aircraft type? Which is the airline? Amenities, standby list, upgrade list. What is the speed at which it is moving? What is the altitude at which it is moving? What is the direct distance? Blah, 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 blah. Again, the same options here. Graphically, it is showing you the altitude and the speed. So it is at this altitude that it is moving. It is at this speed it is moving. 11,880 meters altitude, 558 miles per hour. It is moving currently. Again, this is all real time. It is all real time. Okay. And as I said, this you can see in your app also. I will just connect my phone. Just one sec. Let me connect my phone. Can you see my phone? And just search for Flightaware. You can see there is something called Flightaware. Again, I can look for this United 1849. I have searched for it earlier, so I can see it on my phone. And all the information that you saw on the website, you can see all of it here. Okay. It has left San Francisco. It is going to New York. Again, duration, what is the remaining time, etc., etc. All this information is there. You can share it with someone on WhatsApp straight away. You can share it by email, etc., etc. Very simple app. Just give the flight number and you will get the. So let us see if we can. All these flights have already arrived. Okay. AI 887. Let us see. No, this is still scheduled. It is not, and today's flight has already arrived from Delhi to Bombay. This is a morning flight, I think. Yeah, 6:57. It has arrived at 8:46. So tomorrow's flight is scheduled. Again, you can set up alerts, etc., so that you get tail number and routes, and it has a lot of information out here. You can look for any airport also, what is the weather there, what is the congestion there. So this is the status of all flights at Bombay airport. Okay, this one has arrived, this one has arrived. All this is real time. And just now, because the number of flights is less, you are seeing very few items here, but otherwise you will see a whole lot of items, which are the arrivals, which are the departures, etc., etc. And even when it is taxiing, you can see it has left the gate, it is taxiing, it is on the tarmac. How much information can you get for a particular flight? So this is a very simple way of looking up what are the flights in progress. Okay. Now, while we are here, the name of the app is Flightaware. Okay. It is called Flightaware. And the name of the 1 second, where did I lose this? Yeah, can you see it? The name of the app is Flightaware. I'll just go back. This is what it looks like, Flightaware. So you have Flightstats and you have Flightaware. These are the two. There are lots of options in Flightaware also. Like you can see all the United flights which are in progress at any point of time, all the Air India flights, anything that you want to see, you should be able to see it. Okay, then we have these are two apps which are great for traveling. There is one more app which is called XE. XE. You can read it. XE is the name of the app which allows us to convert currency. So from any currency to any currency, there are so many options. It's amazing. Yes, these are all foreign exchange live rates. Okay. So if you want to convert from say US dollar to INR, so you just drag US dollar up, enter whatever you want to enter. Suppose I'm taking only $1. Just 1 second. So I can convert from any currency to any currency. And if you see on the top, every minute the conversion rate is changed. So it is 30 seconds since it was last updated. Again, after 30 seconds, the rate may change. It may remain the same. Okay. Can you see that? It's so simple. So if you are traveling, say you are traveling to Dubai, so you will drag Dubai on top, and then you go to a shop and you find something which is worth 6.55 dirhams. And you want to see how much is it in India, Indian rupees. So you'll see the Indian rupee rate coming instantly. You don't have to think about it at all. Suppose something is there at 850 dirhams. What is the price in Indian rupees? It is 17,166.75. Did you see the rate changing just now? A few paisa did change. Which app are you asking for? Foreign exchange live rate? It is called XE. Very, very powerful. Very simple and very powerful. You can add currencies. You can do whatever. See the amount of currencies that we have. It's amazing. You could be traveling to any country, anywhere in the world, and you see the amount of currencies that you have, the options. So you can add any number of currencies and you can get the conversions in one shot. So now I want to know what is the rate for one GBP. Let me see. What is the conversion from GBP to Indian rupees? So I'll just put GBP here and say 1 pound is equal to 100.64 rupees, which is 1.36 US dollars, and which is equal to 1.87 Australian dollars. Okay. Are we clear? This is very, very simple. And then you have a whole lot of charts and stuff like that. 1 year GBP versus INR, GBP versus US dollars, whatever you want to see. Okay, it will show you what the movement has been, and it will, you can send it to anyone. You can track a particular currency the more options you get into, the more the free version gives you a few options. The paid version will give you a lot of other options. When you go to convert, it is a very simple conversion. Okay. Are we clear on this? The same thing, let us see if we can see the website. The same thing, it is called xe.com. That is the website. So xe.com does the same thing. It does the conversion. And for certain countries, from India, it is not allowed still. You can even transfer money from one currency to the other. Again, if I say from a particular currency to a particular currency, so if I want to convert, say, $300 into INR, I just say convert, and it becomes 22,251 rupees. It's very, very easy. Okay. And then it gives you a quick conversion table. It also gives you a chart of how the dollar and rupee have moved. And view full chart. I don't think we are into currency conversions, but then you can see a 12-hour, 1 day, 1 week, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years chart. Okay, where we are and where we were. Okay, so this is extremely simple, but very, very powerful, very easy to use. Just say convert from which currency to which currency. And if it is reverse, you can also reverse it from INR to USD. You can do this from USD to INR. Just click here and get it done. Okay, very simple. Okay, so now we did 2 items, or rather 3 items. 2 were on the flight stats. 1 was on the currency converter. There is one more app I wanted you to share with you, which is all about, whether you can call it an health app or not, I'm not too sure, but let us see. I'll try and demonstrate that to you. So I'll go back to my home screen. This app is an Indian app. It works only in India. It is called Safar. Okay. SAFAR. It shows you the quality of air in your city. So you just say Safar, Mumbai. Very good. This is something interesting, because whenever you are moving towards winter, your air quality keeps getting poorer and poorer. But because it was raining for the last few days, maybe the air quality is very good. And they give you some bits of advice, health advisory and health risks. And this particular app is available in multiple languages: Gujarati, English, Marathi, Hindi. So if you say, I want to choose Hindi as my language, I will see the entire thing in Hindi. I can select Delhi, entire. Now see, Delhi is a little worse than Bombay, but not very bad, considering, like, I have seen Delhi being in this area. Okay, so this is very good as far as Delhi standards are concerned. Let us go back to English. So you can select your city. Now, if you select Mumbai, then you can even select your area where these air quality meters are set up. So I can say that what is the air quality in Colaba today? So it is worse than the overall Bombay situation. Okay, so it is showing me it is satisfactory, but it was worse than earlier. It was somewhere here. Now it is showing somewhere here. Okay, now I go back and I say what is the air quality in Andheri. Okay, it is better than Colaba as of today. Okay. So this is a very simple app. Again, you go back to cities, choose a city, choose your area. You say, I want to choose Pune. And I have all the areas of Pune where these sensors are set up. I just say, what is the air quality in Hadapsar? It is very good. Okay. Very simple app. Just shows you the air quality. And then, of course, you have tomorrow's forecast and you can get more info. What is the particulate matter? 2.5, 32. These are the levels. PM10 is 26, O3 is 0. So all these are parameters based on which they come to the conclusion of the AQI, the air quality index. This is one of the good ones by the government of India. Okay, you can select any of these 4 cities for the moment, and then within the city, you can select the area and see what is the air quality. Okay, cool. So sometimes it is better to know before you move out, especially in these days of pandemic and air quality being what it is in our cities today. This is a very good tool to judge where we are. Next, we will do a couple of extensions. Now, have you heard of Google Dictionary? There is an app called Google Dictionary. So as far as extensions go, what do you do? To set up the extension, you just say Google Dictionary Chrome extension. You just type that, enter Google Dictionary by Google. Come here, I have already installed it. I have this option to remove it from Chrome, but you will have, if you have not installed it, you will have add to Chrome, and you can just click on it and it comes and sits here on the top right. Can you see this small icon? So now what does the dictionary do really? Suppose you are on any page. For example, let's go to yahoo.com and you are on any page. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. I forgot to share this. Okay, we'll run through it again. Okay, so are you able to see the screen now? Yeah. So what you will do is Google Dictionary Chrome extension. This is what you will type. You'll come here, Google Dictionary by Google, click on it. Since I have already installed it, it says remove from Chrome. Please quickly go to Chrome, because all these fun stuff and very valuable stuff is available in Chrome. But now Edge is also giving you these extensions. So you can ask for Edge extension. If it is there, you will be able to see it. Once you add it to Chrome, you'll see there is a small icon here on the top which gets added. Google Dictionary. Okay. Now, when you are on, say, any website, I'll go to, say, rediff.com. Okay, and I am reading a particular story, for example. Okay, and I don't know the meaning of a particular word. Suppose avalanche. I just double click on the word. it looks up the word in the dictionary and shows me the meaning of it. Okay, it is really very, very useful. Did you see how easy it is? Okay. So suppose I go to say mountaineers. Just double click. Mountaineer is a person who takes part in mountaineering. And you can pronounce the word
Mountaineer.
Okay. You can avalanche. Where was it? Huh.
Avalanche.
How to pronounce it, you'll get a quick meaning. And if you say more, then a whole lot of other stuff will be there. Synonyms, antonyms, how you use it as a noun, how you use it as a word. But the easiest and basic thing is you can go to any place. Let us go to say business and look up something. Surveillance. So I didn't understand this. Double click. Okay. Very simple to handle.
Surveillance. Rattle.
With the meanings and the pronunciations. Did you get this? Very simple, but very useful. Agreed? Or you? Are we okay with this? Yeah. So this is one very simple app which browses, for example. Okay, you can just double click and find the meaning of the word. Very useful. If you're doing research, you're going through a lot of material, then this is extremely useful. Only for English, I have not visited Russian websites, but I guess Google should. Do you know of any other language website? Let us see. I have not tried it, but we can always try it. You know of any French, Russian website which we can try it? This is in English. Okay, here we go. You're getting a Russian website coming up. Yeah. Now, there is a different way of doing this, but since you asked for it, these are some links. So maybe it will take some time. I think it's taking some time to come up. So this is all an image, so it is not reading it. Let us see if we can go inside and see. It should work in any language. Google runs, I think, 120 languages. So it should work for any language. Let us try this. Okay, this is a name, Michael. Let us see some word. If it is a link, it will not work. If it is a link, it will just take you to the link. So double click will not work. So you will have to check. No, these are all links, so they are not working here. Okay, let's not waste time. It works any case. Money control is there in Gujarati. I didn't know. Okay, tell me, what is the website called? Moneycontrol.com. English. Okay, it is in Gujarati. Okay, good. But money control and all, see, securities and all, it is actually an English word which is written in Gujarati. It's very difficult to, let's see this word, aluminium. Okay, it has translated also. Okay, so it works. Jankari. Jankari is information, knowledge, acquaintance, insight, know-how. Okay, so it works in more than one language. Okay, so how did we get to this? Again, I'll repeat. What you do is you go to Google Dictionary. So what you will say is you type Google Dictionary Chrome extension. You'll come here, you click on the first link and you'll come here. It says Google Dictionary by Google. If you have installed it, you'll have the option to remove it. If you have not installed it, it says install or add to Chrome, something like that. Once you say add to Chrome, automatically it comes and sits here. Okay. When it sits here, you can either type a word here or on any website, you can just double click on that particular word and it will give you the translation. Okay. I'm sorry, not the translation. It will give you the meaning. It's a dictionary basically. Okay. So it will give you the meaning. If it is a link, if you click on the link, obviously you will go inside. But when you come here and say cooperation, double click, and you will get the. Okay. So this is as simple as it gets. Okay, I'll just close all these random tabs. Come here. Now there is one more interesting Chrome extension, which I love it. It is used for full page screen capture. Normally, when you are on a page, what happens if you want to capture this page or capture this story? How do you capture it? If you remember, you have we had done something called Snagit. Do you remember that? It was called Snagit. Yeah. Okay. When you say print screen, what happens is you'll get a copy of this, whatever is on the screen, you'll get a copy. Right? But I want this entire article. How will I get it? That is the beauty of this extension. This extension is called Go Full Page. So again, I type Google, I'm sorry, Chrome extension Go Full Page. Come here, look up the extension, full page capture. Okay. Add it to Chrome. This is here it is, Go Full Page screen capture. Full page screen capture. It has 5 million users. You can say add to Chrome and Go Full Page comes as a camera out here on the top. Can you see that on the top right? Okay. After you install this extension, you come to a page where you want to take a snapshot of the entire page. How do you do it? You just go here and click on the camera and starts eating the entire page. Now you got the entire page in one shot. Can you see it? It's very, very cool. You can save it as a PDF. You can save it as an image. Suppose I save it as a PDF. Okay, so it allows me to save it as a PDF with some weird name. but that's okay. And I open it in my Adobe PDF and see now that entire page is available to me, including the footers and everything. Okay, so it becomes very easy to capture an article. Yes, lots of extensions slow down the browser. So you have to install those extensions which are being used on a regular basis. Can you see how easy it is? I can just expand it. I say expand and I can read the entire article. I can save this entire article as a PDF. I can save this entire article as an image. I can even edit, crop, annotate and export, but then I have to pay for it. But I think if you need to do this on a regular basis, if you are doing research, if you're doing some collecting material from lots of places, you can still manage to do this. If I say download it as a PNG, so it comes as a image. And now if I open the image, it is opened like this. I can always expand it and see it in full clarity. Okay, but then after opening the image, I just don't want anything else on the site, correct? So if I'm using something called Irfan View, which is my favorite image editor, I come here, I say Control Y, I have the full image, and now see only the article is there. I don't have anything before, after, on the site, etc., etc. Okay. Are we clear on this? Any questions? This is very useful to capture the entire page in one shot. And then if you want to crop, you want to edit, etc., I'll just run the demo of how it works.
Today, I'm going to walk you through the premium editing features of the full-page screen capture film extension to show you how to easily crop, edit, and annotate your screenshots. Let's get started by navigating to the More menu to get to the cropping editor, so you can crop out anything distracting from your screenshot. Clicking on Crop Image creates a cropping box on your screenshot that represents the part of your image you want to keep. Move your mouse pointer over the handles, then click and drag to resize it to the part of the screen capture you would like to preserve. Click Done Cropping to exit the cropping editor. The plus and minus signs next to the More button can help you change the level of zoom while editing. Going back to the More menu, this next feature adds a browser display and working URLs to your screen capture. URL on top or URL on bottom adds the entire URL. Windows or Mac OS X displays the browser and URL as they appear in an actual Windows or Mac operating system. By clicking on Shapes and then Rectangle, you can highlight a certain section of the screen capture. Once placed, you can drag the shape and use the handles to resize. The outline section of the editor is where you can edit the borderline of the shape. In Fill, you can select a color and opacity. Clicking into the main area exits the shape settings. Next up, we'll comment on the highlighted area using an arrow and text box. First, you can select the arrow feature. Going back into Outline, you can input your preferred line weight. Using the automatic red guidelines, you can place the arrow in the ideal location. Next, select text and drag the element to place it in the appropriate place with the help of the automatic red guidelines. Double-click inside the text element to edit the font features. Change the size of the font with your arrow keys or input manually. Double-clicking again, you can input the text you'd like shown. You can move and resize the text box by dragging and clicking on the handles, even after the text inside has been changed. If you'd like to zoom in on a specific area of the screenshot, You can click on the number between plus and minus signs. In this case, number reads as 75%, and you can click where you'd like to zoom. Optionally zoom out by holding down Alt, or return to edit mode by pressing Escape. If you'd like to convey something with an emoji rather than pure text, you can go to the stickers menu for your system's emojis. In this case, we're looking to use the flashing camera emoji. To place the second emoji, you can go back to the menu, select, click, and drag. However, if you don't like the action you've just taken, you can go to the above bar and click the undo button. When you do find a second emoji that you like, you might run into the problem of which element should be placed in front of the other. For this, you can refer to the left sidebar for layers. By moving an element higher on the layers list, you can change the order in which it appears layered on top of other elements. The last feature we'll go over is again in the More menu, padding border. You can change the default color to a color of your choice in the fill section. When you're finished, do a final review of your image, and then you can download and export your final product. If you have any questions or thoughts about the Premium Editor, please don't hesitate to share it.
You got it? This is very, very useful if you are doing a lot of screenshots and if you are doing a lot of full page capture. This is the best way of using this. You don't need an editor all the time. As I said, if you have Snagit, you can do all these cropping and etc. in Snagit also. But if you don't have an editor, you have an online editor out here straight away. Okay, any questions for today's session? Thank you. Thank you, Zareen. So next Friday, we have our regular session for subscribers. I think we are doing something on Excel again. And Friday after the next, we are doing something on whiteboards, which will be a very interesting session. So thank you very much. Wish you all the best and stay safe and protected. Bye-bye and good night.